What first attracted me to blockchain technology and how did I get started into this space? I got into in the end of 2016, early 2017, when it was starting to hype up the next bull run cycle. And I got in through a friend of mine that was a developer, and he was very into crypto for quite some time, introduced me, helped me buy my first Bitcoins. And I wanted to really understand the technology and the fundamentals behind the market, the crypto market. So I studied as hard as I could for all over 2018 and all over 2019. Throughout that period, I was in a course of economic on the university. And when I really deep dived into Bitcoin, I really understood, and that changed my mind for what we could see as a future development of socio-economic throughout the world. And that was how I got into the blockchain and the crypto space. It was in 2018-19 when I was studying fundamentals of the crypto and just following up with blockchain technologies. And I wanted to develop something where I could help accelerate that resource distribution and use blockchain to do so. But I would say that the first time that really crystallized in my mind was I was going to have a speech for a group of companies, and they wanted me to speak about innovation and business development. There was something that I was doing quite a lot that time. And I told them that I didn't want to speak about that anymore, that if they want me to speak to them, I would speak about decentralization and income distribution. And that was the day that I set up, and I said that on the years to come, I'll build and put all my efforts into this mission. But considering that, DUX is still being developed by the community, by the people that work here, by the new insights that we have, by the new technology that it's coming up. It's a living thing, and I don't think I can consider that I had an idea and that it came out to be the DUX that we have today. It's changing daily and for good. So I think the first defining feature that sets DUX apart is where we are based. We're based in Brazil, inside Latam, which is a huge market with a lot of adoption in technology. We have only in Brazil, 110 million people that gets less than $150 a month. So that's a big addressable market, because no one is looking out to deliver products or services to these people. We got very early into crypto and into GameFi, into NFT space. So we were able to develop things that were not developed yet, such as a lot of the technology that we outline on our solutions. And that gave us the third advantage, which is the network effect. As we were the first ones to do a lot of these things, we were the first ones to knock on doors to partnerships and to investments and to just community. And that gave us this big network effect where we have a lot of partnerships and a lot of forefront onto these solutions. It's been less than 2 years that we're rolling with this, and we already have the biggest partnerships in the world with some of the biggest institutions. We have a great community, the biggest community in Latin America. We have great people working with us that goes around the clock, focusing on generating value for our community and our token holders. And overall, we just designed it to be valuable in the future because we're thinking of long term. DUX will be a project and will be among the best projects crypto in the world. I'm pretty sure of that. DUX is the token for the gamers and the people that want to support gamers and support the onboarding of people in the Web3 throughout games and metaverse and NFTs. So the amount of people that we can address in the next years, we haven't even started. We have over, I would say, 3.5 billion people in the world that we can direct address in the next 5 to 10 years. And I see DUX as one of the best fitting projects to be able to do that. We have a passionate team, a passionate community. We have all the resources that we need. We have the biggest players in the market supporting us. We have the will to do so. We are in a place where we can deliver everything that we promised. We focus on that, We came out in the right way. We never promised anything that we couldn't deliver. We're focusing on delivering value prior to anything. And a good example of that is for a lot of time, DUX had less Twitter followers than we had on our community, like way less, because we were focusing on how to build processes, governance, and products for our community, not market about it. And I know that might got into a little disadvantage from the beginning, but when everybody is just stopping to try to go forward with the projects, DUX is even stronger because we build a good solid base on what we're trying to build. And you can count on me and my team to be on the next 20, 30, 50 years working to make this project go. And now that we have all the resources that we need, and we have the clear path to be one of the greatest crypto projects in the world. And I'm just sure that we will. So the main difficult areas that we faced on our planned roadmap, I would say the first one was how to design a tokenomics and token distribution that would at the same time drive value to the community and also drive value to the token holders while preserving the way that we wanted to develop things at DUX. That was quite challenging. The second very challenging area was developing technology and overall processes to the company. As we are always doing so many things, so many innovations inside what we're doing, we never really had the reference on how to do it or how's the best way to do it. So we have to try out a lot of ways to do things prior to getting the right one for this moment, and we still have to look over everything almost daily to just check everything and design other processes and other ways to interact with our community, with our investors, and with the overall market. So that was another big challenge. The third main challenge that I think we're having is because crypto is so early and we don't have the user experience very engaging and settled yet. So in order for us to build the products that we want to build for the long-term future, we have daily challenges on how to make it easier for people to use, more intuitive, on how to get their feedback, and how to just connect everything to give a unified user experience. That I'll say was the third challenge. And the fourth biggest challenge that I think we're facing is managing community, because sometimes we just look into communities and see the numbers like 10K, 100K, 15K, and we forget that each one of those are people with specific desires, with specific knowledges and specific understanding of what we're doing, and ways to better communicate, aggregate, coordinate this community is something that we have to face daily and have to think a lot and put a lot of work in order to make it better and more suitable for our long-term goals and for the long-term goal of the community and how to align those. So what are the things that make me love my team the most? I would say three main things. The first one is diversity. The team has different backgrounds in different areas, so we have people with a lot of experience into the financial markets and people that are like great designers or artists, and that mix up very well and give us a lot of insights and different out-of-the-box solution for our daily problems and very different perspectives on how to see and build this future. That's something that I really, really love about my team. The second one I would say is the energy that these people have. They've been, most of the team has been with me since day one of the project. The people from the team really feel that DUX is, they're building DUX with me and that we're building it together and that DUX belongs to them, and they work thinking about that. So we have a very engaged, diverse, and up to the challenges team, and they do that on a daily basis and really get ownership and solve things with a lot of creativity and energy. And I think that's what I love most. I think they just really enjoy working together and face the problems that we're facing right now and building what we want to build. Where do I see DUX, the overall market, and gaming in the near future? Talking about blockchain, I'm pretty confident that blockchain will take over everything. It will be infrastructure that we integrate with all of the markets, and pretty much in 5 to 10 years, you'll see everything that we're having just using blockchain in different levels of integration. I've been in the market for quite some time, and I've seen the banks saying that they don't want to get involved with crypto, and I saw banks 3 years later just rushing to get crypto into their portfolios. So I think that's what's going to happen with the blockchain technology. The ownership that we are making able to happen on the Web3 will take over everything, and we might have like a very hard phase. But after all, the decentralization and ownership will get every market. The amount of great people that I see in this market developing infrastructure, ways of distribution, communities, I don't see any way that we can take it back from what we got now. What we're seeing in NFT games, crypto games, the way they want to call it, it's just the tip of the iceberg. I think we're just trying everything, everybody's just understanding how to address blockchain and integrate blockchain with games. And I don't see any way that the main game developers and main game distributors in the world won't integrate with blockchain in the nearby future. They are discovering they have new ways to make money and still generate more value to the community. So I think blockchain will take over all the gaming market. I feel that gamification, not only games, will be a great size of the market in the future. I see ways that we're going to train doctors and construction workers and just a lot of soft skills and hard skills throughout gamification, and I think that NFTs and blockchain will get over it. But pretty much crypto games and NFT games, on my perspective, are just games where you can own your assets as an NFT and that you have tokenized economies. And with that, you unblock a lot of other kind of new business models and new ways for the customer, the player, the developer, the publisher to interact with each other. And I think we're still discovering the power that comes from this new technology, but I don't see any way that the publishers and the overall gaming market won't adapt and bring blockchain NFTs to their daily developments. So talking about DUX now, the way that I see DUX is an adaptive ecosystem that will help to bring together a lot of different kind of technologies, people, communities, and to just be a way to accelerate this transition into the Web3. When I think about the short-term action that we take and the long-term goals that we have, I always try to get those two together and think on the best things that we can do on the short term to be able to reach that long-term goal of onboarding 100 million people into the Web3 and making them able to just grow and be prosperous inside this new ecosystem. I see we getting better, faster, and more adaptive and bigger every day. I want in the future to DUX to be more every day, to be a little more conducted by the community and by the holders and the overall stakeholders that trust in us and interact with us. So some pieces of advice for someone getting into the crypto world, GameFi and collectibles right now, I would say it's before doing anything, invest in your knowledge and talk to people, follow people that explain, read as much as you can, search for as much material as you can to better understand what is blockchain, what is crypto, how this market is being designed, and who is into this market. The second great piece of advice is once you get into the market, don't get with all of your chips in one place. Don't just invest without understanding, without being secure of what you're doing. Don't listen to anybody. Listen, take what they're saying, but do your own research, as we say in crypto, prior to doing any kind of investment. Just enjoy, try to participate in communities that are positive, that help you growing. Try to find friends that will study with you, where you can exchange ideas. And talking about long term, the main point that I'll say to you is think long term. About gaming and about collectibles, this is a very new, very early market, piece of the market, of the crypto market. So just really try to understand it as best as you can, and invest carefully, do your own research. So the main advice I would have to give anyone getting into this space on how to survive and how to succeed on long term is think long term. That's pretty simple, but if you want to be successful in the long term, you don't take actions that can wreck or destroy you on the short term. This is not a market or a game. I don't think like the life is very close to crypto market, so volatile, changes so much. We have ups and downs. Timing the market is time in the market. So you shouldn't want to get in the right time on every asset and just want to put everything at the same time. And to be very specific, don't leverage yourself. Don't take money from someone else to invest in this market. Don't sell your house, your phone to put into a coin. Don't ape into anything. Just if you want to have money in 10 years, act like you want to get money in 10 years, not in 10 days, and you'll be fine. So to be more specific, I'll outline 7 points of what DUX is building and what we're delivering, and how we get that together to generate value to our ecosystem. The first one is community. We build a platform where we can integrate the different stakeholders in the market, game developers, investors, game players, and overall other stakeholders. And we made social engineering structures to be able to make it easier for them to exchange value, collaborate with us, to develop DUX with us. The second point of driving value is software. So software as a service. We delivered a lot of software where guilds and DAOs in the future will be able to use, plug in to have the value that we develop, such as treasury management, performance for gaming, and a lot of other small features to help in the daily building of a digital company. The third one is DUX Wallet or DUX, where we will onboard our players to be able to ramp in and ramp off of crypto throughout us. That will generate fares for us and make it easier with a more suitable user experience for people that never got into crypto first. So be a big gateway for those people to get into the metaverse and into Web3. The fourth that I can say is the Launchpad, where we aggregated the great previous pre-sale projects and projects that are yet to come, that comes in contact with DUX, and we taking allocations of them to be able for our community to be able to co-invest with us on those projects and to have those value as only a high connected investor would have. And the last one is the metaverse and decentralized experience. We have some of the biggest partners here in Brazil and Latin developing on metaverse with us, delivering experiences to be able to just onboard more people and aggregate more people to these new Web3 solutions. And this will be a main driver of new incomers to the crypto space. And I think with everything together in the way that we built our tokenomics and on the partnerships that we have and all the network effects, we will have everything ready and clear to be one of the biggest players to onboard people into crypto in the next 10 to 15 years.